Hello everyone, it's Cash here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to continue my part 1 of making power-ups in Roblox Studio. So welcome back to part 2 and let's get started. So in the last episode we made a power-up that increases your speed and has particles. So we walk into it, it disappears, and we run pretty fast, and after a little bit the particles disappear. Now this is cool and all, but I want to make the particles disappear instantly right after you touch it, and I also want to make like particles come off the player. So it's pretty simple, and also we're gonna make another power-up today, so stay tuned. Okay, so let's go back to workspace and go to your power-up. Now, if you don't have this yet, and this is the first time you're watching this video, I recommend you go back to part 1, and I have links in the description in all my videos to download the project, and you can just put it into a base plate. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the particle emitter from the power-up, but instead of just deleting it, we're going to transport it into the character, and then we're going to destroy it. So first of all, what we're going to do is create a variable called local particle emitter, and then set that to part.particle emitter. Okay, and then we can go down here, and this is what we did last time, and also this script is in the other video too, but I always update them at the end. So yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to put the particle emitter into the character. Now, there's certain places we need to put it in. We can't just put it in like just the character. I mean, we could, but it probably wouldn't look good. So here's what I'm going to do. What we're going to do here is after we change the walk speed, set the particle emitter dot parent equals to character dot humanoid root part, and that's like the hip basically. Then afterwards, I think, yeah, there we go. If you ever get this issue where like you're moving like that, just press insert on your keyboard. Okay, so what we're gonna do is after debounce equals to false and all this, just set the particle emitter dot parent to not part, my bad, particle emitter destroy. Just destroy it. And now if we press play and we go over here, as you can see, it sets the particles to us, and we can move around, and then when it stops we slow down and everything like that. So it's pretty much finished, but let's add a sound. So let's go to toolbox and let's go to audio, and I'm just gonna look up power up. No, you want to just like look at all these.
Power up initiated.
Not that one. Make sure they're 1 second.
Power up complete.
Or else it probably will be buggy. You can also go right here and do 0 minutes and 1 second. And here's the only ones.
Power up complete.
So I don't really like any of these, but this one is probably the best. Actually, I like this one, Flame Shield. Alright, so we're gonna name this to sound effect, and then we can close out of toolbox, put that in here, and then go right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a variable local sound effect equals to part.sound effect. Then down here, whenever you touch it, it's just gonna be sound effect play. Okay, and that's all we have to do to get a sound effect working. So then we go over here. It works pretty well. Alright. Now what we're going to do is, since this power-up's finished, let's make it so we can spawn them in a certain area. So I want them to be spawned over here. Set my move to 1 studs. And then we're going to scale it up to, go to size, let's make this 100 by 100. Okay. And then we'll just make this like grass. That's ice. Here we go. So now we have a grass texture and everything. Now we want these to just spawn randomly over here, and it'll just be pretty cool to just have them spawn. So what you have to do to get the chords of this is you're just gonna go right here and scale this down to 1 stud. Actually, not 1 stud. Get the size of this, okay? The power up. So it's 4 by 4. So then you want to scale this to 4. So this will go right on the corner, but wherever you want the edge of where it's going to be able to spawn, just put it right here. Like at the corner, or you can move it however you want. And okay, so we have position, and we have this. So copy this thing, okay, and then do the same thing on the other side. Just Control D and duplicate that. And now we have 2 positions. Okay. Now this one, move it up into the air if you want them to spawn in the air, but I'm pretty sure we don't want them spawning in the air. Alright, and then I'm also gonna move, I'm gonna scale this up, and you will see that that changes the actual power up. Or not actual power up, it's going to change the actual position. So if you want it to be higher in the air, or like 1 stud, then make it 4, 5, and then copy it. Okay, and then I'm going to scale this one to 4, and if you're wondering what I'm looking at, it's right here. Okay, so now that we have the 2 parts, and this one is 4 on the position, and this one is 3.5 for some reason. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, it'd be 3.5 on each one. So copy this, and now we're actually not going to use that part, that script. Drag this into replicated storage. Actually, not replicated storage. Server script service. Oh my god, I messed up again. I mean server storage. Okay. Put it in server storage, the power up, and then in server script service, create a new script and call this spawn powerups. Okay, and now let's create a variable, local powerups, and if we want to spawn multiple ones, we can create a table, so it's like this, or like this, I mean, but we're not gonna actually do that yet. I think actually we'll do that in the next episode of this series, so just stay tuned for that. But local powerup equals to game.serverstorage.powerup, and then local timer equals to 5 seconds, or actually 7 seconds. So every 7 seconds it'll spawn a power up. Okay, and then we'll do a function. Actually, no. We'll do local chords 1. Well, I want to create a range, so to do that, we just need to do one thing. So local range equals to number range dot new, and then this will be on the x value, and then the other one will be on the z value. So the x position, it's going to be -60 and 36. So just do 36 equals to 3.5 because that's what we want it to be. Now you can go ahead and delete these. Then go down and let's create a function called spawn powerup. Okay, and then we're gonna do wait. Actually, no, we're not gonna do that. Just do function spawn powerup, And all we're gonna do is powerup clone, and then make a variable out of this, local new powerup, or actual local spawned powerup, because we're spawning it, equals powerup clone, and then spawn powerup. We need to set it to workspace, so equals game, or dot parent equals game dot workspace. And finally, to get the position, we're going to do spawn powerup dot position equals vector3 dot new. So vector3 just means like 3-dimensional space. Dot new, and then we can do range x, y, and range z. Now these are going to stay the same. Actually, no. We actually did this wrong. It shouldn't be number range. It should be math.random. My bad. And just paste this on each one. Okay, and then Control X that. Paste it down here. But you can keep the Y up there because the Y is going to stay the same. Unless you want to randomize it. If you want to randomize it, you can just do this too. And that's all we have to do for that. Now go down here and do repeat until false. And actually, no, we're not going to do repeat. We're just going to do while true do, and then wait timer after we clone the power up. So spawn power up. And now we're finished. So if we just go ahead and press play, we did get an error right here. The interval is empty. So if we just go down here and type math.random,